Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be an ocean that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Guys, we are here at FatMat, aka Kenneth Oakes. As you can tell, he is our first recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. We're going to get his perspective on what's going on, how he thinks of everything, and he is actually in room 10206, and this is a fully handicapped accessible room for him. All right, guys, we're here with Mr. FatMat, aka Kenneth Oakes. Kenny, now that we are on our very last 2 days of the cruise,
Yes.
tell the people what this has meant to you.
Helping Hands for Cruising has meant so much to me that it's very inspiring. So I'm very thankful for Shaun and Alana for helping me be able to go on my very first cruise.
Awesome. And Kenny, how does one go about going on a future cruise?
It has to be someone that has never been on a cruise in their life, whether it be due to financial reasons, disabilities, whatever it may be.
And with the support of the board and the organization and other people that are part of the Helping Hands community, where can they find those areas to help support or donate?
Go to the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel and Facebook page. I also want to thank everybody that has donated and that has also helped me get around on this ship through the Helping Hands for Cruising charity.
Awesome. Now, we just left Amber Cove today. Out of all your ports, what was your most favorite port?
My most favorite port was probably Bonaire because I got to see the ocean for the very first time.
Up close and personal, right?
Up close and personal, and I love the color of the blue water.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And what else did you get to do in Bonaire?
Got to ride golf carts. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, got to do a golf cart tour. Kenny, tell us a little bit about how your excursion's been going and what are some of your highlights so far?
Well, my excursion has been going really good. I really enjoyed the views and the sceneries that I've seen on riding on the golf cart. and just really enjoy it, especially the beautiful ocean blue waters, especially for my very first time ever seeing it. So.
And a little birdie told me you got to sample one of your tasty dishes.
I got to sample my very first escargot. For those that may not know what escargot is, that is snail. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was definitely a 10. It'd make your tongue suck the pain too. Also, I really got to experience seeing real live flamingos. That was my very first time ever seeing a real live flamingo in person in Bonnet, and it was really cool. I just love the experience, and I highly recommend anybody that has never cruised to definitely get to experience a cruise.
People helped raise money for you to get a one-in-a-lifetime chance. The charity is still going on. If you could recommend anything out there to anyone, what would it be?
Just get out and enjoy life and experience a cruise. I also encourage anyone that feels that Helping Hands for Cruising is a worthy cause to donate to, and all the information will be linked in the description of this video below.
All right, Ford Man, thank you very much for your time and your efforts, and thank you for Helping Hands for Cruising.
Yes.
Making dreams a reality.
Making dreams a reality. And let me tell you, once you go on a cruise, you're gonna be hooked. Because I'm already ready to go on another one.
Awesome. All right, Kenny, thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Man, isn't that laugh worth bottling? Mate, what a smile. Absolutely fantastic. Welcome aboard, folks. Chatting with Shaun tonight on Helping Hands for Cruising. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you in here. And whoa, what have I got? I got a whole bunch of people chatting amongst themselves, which is awesome. G'day, Jimmy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. And hopefully you're having a fantastic morning, and last night was not a stress for you, being a late night for you. G'day, Joe. Joe, I had to take you to task earlier. You know why? You know why? Because you were saying things that were stopping people from coming down under. We want to force them down under. So you've got to come down, and everybody's got to come down and visit us here down under. The best country in the world. But then I could be accused of bias. We've got hello, Denise. Denise, hello, Denise. By the way, Denise, contrary to your, we've actually got your cabin ready for the RNR Tribute Cruise. So we'll see you there, right? Okay, fine. Didn't even get a no from you. That's fine. You could. I've just asked you. You're coming, right? Yes, good. Okay, great. I'll just let Ross and Bruce know that you're coming. Oh dear, I'm going to be in trouble. Joe, g'day. G'day, Denise. How are you this fine morning? And absolutely looking at the things that the icons that you've got there. You're wishing you were on a cruise. There you go. G'day, Denise, from Jimmy, and Joe. Can we please send out some prayers to Larry from Plum Travelers? He's currently going through some health issues at the moment. Yes, definitely. We wish, we pray that Larry has a speedy recovery. And he actually, I did say to him that he didn't have my permission to be sick, and therefore he was under strict instructions to have a speedy recovery. There we go. Denise is feeling pretty good. Woke up 2 hours ago and couldn't get back to sleep. Maybe that's because you've been doing all that night shift work that throws things out for you. But I can fully understand why you are not sleeping. I can fully understand that. G'day, Nick. How you going? I could really go for a meat pie and a vanilla slice right now. Mate, we only have the best down here, don't we? And Joe's saying, geez, Nick, you'll turn into a what? Into a meat pie soon. Yep, that's right. Joe needs an extra strong iced coffee from Ready Express. Well, mate, just get it. Get into it. Shaun, okay. What about that now, Jimmy? Or is it Shaun, which is a Danny thing? Joe, Denise, I'm sending coffee to you. Yep, Denise is going now. I'll probably go back to sleep around 8. Well, that's a good thing. I'm not going to go for 2 hours, but anyway. Nick's having a bit of a laugh there, which is fine. Same, Nick. Yep. Okay. Again, people having a bit of a discussion there amongst each other. Good evening, mate, from Jimmy, which is fine. I better stop. Okay. Stop telling people that you're not coming. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop telling people that you're not going to be on the cruise. G'day, Marjorie. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Nick is saying, I agree, Shaun, Australia is awesome. I've seen more of your country than you guys have, like Perth, Fremantle, Alice Springs, and Darwin. Okay. Nick, I've actually seen Perth. Yeah, I haven't seen the other ones yet. Hit the like button. Thank you, Jimmy. Really appreciate that. Can't sleep during a full moon. Ooh, do we turn into a werewolf? Nick, those emojis, Shaun, were actually saying that snails sound gross. I could never eat them. Mate, the snails are awesome. They're in a garlic sauce. It's absolutely beautiful. You got to try it. Try it once. You know, you tried roux. Well, you got to try. You got to try the escargot. They're really nice. Werewolf or lunatic, both, all of the above. Yes. Well, Jimmy, I'm wishing it into the future, right? I'm wishing that Denise joins us on the cruise, because we could use a good nurse on the cruise, right? We don't want a bad nurse. We want a good nurse. Yeah. Okay. Shut up, Shaun. Well, folks, if you happen to see the Down Under cruises on Saturday, why is that significant? Well, we had Danny D up on our yes, Shaun is manifesting, and not to be sexist, I'm women affecting now as well. Okay. Nick, some people say, Denise, I'm a Bigfoot. Shaun could vouch for that because he saw my height at the Melbourne airport. Oh, yeah. Man, Nick was huge. Anyway, we had Danny D on board our live stream on Saturday, and it was an awesome live stream because a couple of things happened. One, we had Danny. Well, she had her fundraiser for her Costello syndrome that we hosted on Saturday or on your Friday, but it was actually us thanking Danny, because you know what, Danny worked so hard on the cruise-a-thon. She was there in everybody's live stream, and she certainly helped a heap to get our goal. And you know what? If I was to convert the amount of money that we made USD into Aussie dollars, we were $700. I beg your pardon, $900 short of my $10,000 goal. So I was really very, very excited with the efforts of the cruise-a-thon. And more importantly, Danny deserved all the help she could get. And the effects of what we had to do was it basically gave us the opportunity to put Danny over the top of her original goal. She raised something like $2,000 at our fundraiser for her. Jimmy's saying, I have to get ready for that place. Jimmy, If you're talking about the workplace, I understand. Thank you for popping in. Denise is having a bit of a giggle there. Manifesting. Yeah, you're right. I didn't want to be sexist there, so I had to do both sides of the pin. Joe, don't forget me, Nick. You made me feel so tiny. Yeah, that's right. Man, you stood over everybody. Joe's saying, "Hey Denise, I'll send you something over on Messenger at some point." Joe, are you getting up to funny business there, or are you behaving? Because if you're misbehaving, then I need to set Tonydrumer onto you, and she'll straighten you out. No worries, mate. No worries at all. Anyway, back to the news. So we had, as I said, we had Danny and Katie, Danny's mum, up on the screen there. They were telling us all about Costello syndrome. I found out 500 people around the world have Costello. That's incredible. So there we go. Oh, his mother is sending him crazy stuff. I wonder what the crazy stuff is. Oh, cat stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. You're going to blame it on the spell checker, right? Yeah. AI at its best. Anyway, as we were saying, it really made a difference. I think now Danny has been forced to try and collect somewhere in the vicinity of around $5,000. She's got another $2,000 to go, or just a little under. So we're really excited that we could help her achieve her goal, and yay, time to move on from that one. Okay, so Nick is saying, I did sign up to spend a weekend in Denver, Colorado next month. He wants to go to a USA Oktoberfest celebration outside of his home area and fly to a city we've never been to before. Yeah? So you've never been to Denver? Well, that's exciting. Got to break in his lederhosen before he got taking it to Germany next year. Mate, that'd be interesting seeing you in lederhosen. You and Darian next to each other in lederhosen. And I want to see you do the slap dance. You know the slap dance? Okay. All right. We'll move on from there. All right. So some of the things that came out of our last board meeting, the website, and a couple of updates for you. The website has been improved, fixed, and is still under improvement. It has still got some improvement to go, but in the initial stages, first of all, you can go to the helpinghandsforcruising.org website, have a look at the shop. You can do some purchase through there. It's got some links to the shop. You can also load your videos. So if you've got any videos that, if any of you have been on any cruises with any of the recipients, you can put your video into the Helping Hands for Cruising website. There's a spot there where you can upload your video. Also, there's a spot where you can upload your nominees. So if you're nominating somebody, can't be a family member, has to be somebody you know. Do a 2 to 5 minute video explaining why that person needs to or deserves the benefit of being on a cruise, and that'll come into the board for board decision making and background checking, and away we go. We will. We want people that we believe can that do actually deserve to go on the cruise. Joe's saying he's going to head off. Take care and see you all tomorrow night on Jimmy's Life. Mate, you have a good night. Sleep well. Hope your day tomorrow is awesome. And yes, we'll see you tomorrow. There'll be far better places in Colorado than Denver, says Jimmy. And Nick is saying He's also signed up for 3 weeks of German dance lessons next month. That way he will fit in at an Oktoberfest better. Mate, the only thing I know about Oktoberfest is drinking all that beer. So see if you can get into that. Jimmy's been to many other places in Colorado, but never Denver. Well, you got to go where you've never been. Just another city, not too impressive, says Jimmy. I hope there's no one here from Denver, Colorado, that may or may not agree with you, Jimmy. All right, so now the video that Kenny was on that you saw was him on the inaugural, which is almost 2 years to the day, almost 2 years since we had our inaugural cruise. The next cruise is going to be on the 2-year mark, which is in just on 61 days away from us. So let me get you looking at the next cruise, and I know who the next recipient is going to be for that one. It's going to be young Roxy. So let's have a look. What an awesome video that is. That's just, you know what? It's going to be an awesome cruise. They're leaving out of Galveston, heading down to Progresso and Cozumel, and then back into Progresso again. You know what? Roxy will not know where she's at. She'll be booking another cruise for sure. Nick is saying that it's a mile high up in the Rocky Mountains, so the alcohol will affect you quicker since there's less oxygen. Nick, you want to go to Johannesburg. Johannesburg is 7,000 feet above sea level, so a mile's no big deal. Denver would be no big deal to me. Jimmy, Estes Park, Red Rocks, the Stanley Hotel, Salida, must-see places in Colorado. Okay, Jimmy, you had me at CO, but once I understood what CO was, I got it. Colorado. You guys are worse than us Aussies. I mean, seriously, you take a whole state. I mean, for us, a state has got 3 letters: Vic, NSW, QLD, NT, ACT, TAS. You go COAZ, confusion plus. Don't knock us guys about our abbreviations, please. Nick is saying he's been to Estes Park, the Stanley Hotel, Durango, Colorado Springs, Pueblo. So he has seen a lot of Colorado. Oh, thanks, Denise. I really needed that. She's in MS, Mississippi. Now, Denise, if I was to say Miss Denise, I'd be paying you respect, right? So, who is Mississippi? If you've got Miss Mississippi, who is Mississippi? I just. Okay, shut up, Shaun. That was stupid. G'day, Mike. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Good morning. Mate, I did actually have a look at your show last night, my time, or today, my time. And, yeah, you were having some fun there. So there you go. Denise is saying g'day to you, Mike. And Nick is saying, and don't get confused, Shaun, the largest river in the country is the Mississippi River, and there's also the state of Mississippi. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. I know a lot more about US territory than the US. You guys are, with the exception of you, Nick. Most Americans would know about Australia. Jimmy is saying Grande Junction is another great place in Colorado. Thanks for the giggle, Denise. Mike is saying good day to you. And Denise is saying, would love to see a concert at Red Rocks. Yeah, I don't know. Never been, so wouldn't know. And Mike is saying, when are you going to be in Denver? Mike wants to meet up with you. Nick, well, Shaun, most Americans don't even know what the real capital of Australia is. People think that it's Sydney or Melbourne if they didn't know better. And you are quite correct, mate. But then you know what? Canberra's got the wrong name anyway because they can't do anything. You know, I mean, it's a bag full of hot air. Some people say Washington is similar. I'm talking about the capital, DC. It's full of hot air. The weather's always warmer in Parliament House than it is outside of Parliament House in Canberra because of all the hot air that goes on in the Parliament. There we go. Being a typical Aussie, I'm downplaying our government, or government, as we would say. Yes, so we will have, Jimmy is saying, come on, Nick, everyone knows that Dubbo is the capital of Australia. Yeah, you're right, Dubbo is. Denise is agreeing, all the hot air. Yeah, well, you know that most of the hot air balloons in Canberra start off right at Parliament House. And they don't need to use any of the gas that's on board. The propane gas in order to get it up there. They just let they open up the roof at Parliament House and all these balloons suddenly fill up and up they go. No problem at all. Yeah, shut up, Shaun. Okay, so the website is proving to be extremely fantastic and is certainly doing a lot of good things as far as keeping us all in contact. There will be some more easier things happening for the workings of Helping Hands, and those will all be reflected in the website. And folks, you just need to go in, have a look at it. It talks about the next cruises coming up. It talks, and it may not have all the details in there, but it certainly does talk about the RNR Tribute Cruise. It talks about who the board members are, and keeps you up to date with what's going on in Helping Hands. So there we go. Denise is saying our capital DC smells bad. They're full of, yeah, I know. Totally full of it. Seriously. Nick is saying, Shaun, I agree. Washington, D.C. is the same way, as well as up here. I feel the same way about my state capital, St. Paul. It's also full of hot air. Most state capitals, well, most capital parliamentary places are. There you go. Let me say that. Mike is saying g'day to Jimmy. So there we go. One more g'day. All right, so another couple of things that the board have been talking about is trying to make life a little bit easier for people nominating, in that they know that there's a central point. So either we nominate somebody to go onto a cruise, or if you are a content creator and want to host a cruise, you've got to do the same thing. Put a video together, 3 to 5 minutes, telling us why, or selling us on why your cruise is going to be a good fit for a Helping Hands for Cruising recipient. It then goes to the board for us to do our due diligence, and your cruise is accepted or not. But again, putting people in through the website, it just makes it easier for everybody. It is a central spot. I was going to say receptacle, but then I was also going to say something else, and I thought I better not, because the last time I used that word, I was very wrong, in the very wrong place. All right, now here is tonight is a lottery. Tonight we've got 20 million up for grabs, and if we're lucky enough, a Thursday night, somebody will get $100 million. And based on that, if we were the fortunate ones, not only would we be going on Amy's cruise, but we would be going on this cruise coming up as well.
Have you been dreaming of an Alaskan cruise? Or maybe you've taken one before and you just can't wait to go again. If so, the Helping Hands for Cruising Group Cruise is just the cruise for you. June 15th through June 22nd, 2025, you will set sail on the magnificent Norwegian Encore. This amazing group cruise will take you to Juneau, Skagway, a majestic cruise through Glacier Bay, Ketchikan, a stop in Victoria, British Columbia before arriving back in Seattle. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com today to find out how you can be a part of this fantastic group cruise to Alaska. This is one you definitely don't want to miss.
Folks, you do not want to miss that cruise. Guest has popped in right now. Jonesy. G'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Hey, mate, I love that advert of yours, the one that's selling Tassie. Good piece of music. Your words are a little bit different to the ones that stick in my head, but I'll tell you what an awesome sale for Tassie. It's a great place. Too bad you did it when it was a little bit on the cloudy side, but hey, it was a great video regardless. Denise is saying g'day to Jonesy. Nick is saying, and then also remember, Shaun, in the USA there are two Washingtons, Washington DC and the state of Washington. Yeah, how far away from DC is the state of Washington? Jonesy is saying, I'll take just one. Thank you, mate. Glad you would. Mike is saying g'day to Jonesy and back again. Jonesy, yeah, take me to Tasmania. Yeah, what a good song. It was a great song. And yes, folks, you do need to go and see Tasmania. It is one of the most beautiful states that we have. Denise, it's right on the other side of the country. Oh wow. Oh well, Washington must have been a very special man. G'day, Denise from Jonesy. Nick is saying the state of Washington is on the west coast. It's the biggest city in Seattle and its capital is Olympia. I would have figured Seattle. You see, this is the same. Okay, the reason why I say that, everybody thinks Sydney or Melbourne is the capital of Australia, but here we go. Seattle, which is the biggest named city, and the capital is Olympia. How'd that happen? Washington, D.C. is on the East Coast, right next to Maryland, Virginia. Okay. Mike is saying D.C. on the East Coast. The state is on the West Coast. Yep. Okay. Yes, there are devils in Tasmania. Some of them are even animals. Marsupials. Sorry, Denise. I couldn't help myself. But yes, there are Tassie devils, and they do run wild, and some of them we need to take a lot of care with. Okay, so now the next cruise. This is the one that everybody's going on, Denise. Okay, I'll shut up. All right, that is going to be one hell of a cruise. Seriously, so looking forward to it. Nick is saying, Shaun, that's like here in Minnesota. Our biggest city is by far Minneapolis, but it's not our capital. St. Paul got that honor back in the 1800s when we became a state. And Denise is saying she loves the cartoon Tasmanian Devil. Well, I'll tell you what, there are devils there. Nick, Tasmanian devils do not look like the Looney Tunes character in real life. For your interest, for your information, they look very different. Yep, they do. And Denise has figured it out. Seriously. Okay, Nick, I did learn, though, Denise, some local sports team in Tasmania got permission from Warner Brothers to use the Looney Tunes devil as their team logo. Actually, Disney got permission to use, Warner Brothers got permission to use Looney Tunes from the football team. Yeah, that is cool. That's the correct way around. Mike was saying, I was just watching a thing the other day about DNA and bringing back extinct animals. One was the Tasmanian tiger. Yeah, it's an interesting character, though. Another thing, Australia has that similar to the USA. They have a Target store that's not related to the USA Targets, but looks very similar, but it's older than Targets here in the US. What are you saying, Nick? We've got Target, yes, and we've got Kmart. So, okay. Nick says he checked out one of the Australian Target stores in Adelaide. It was right next to the big set of balls. Yeah, and we told you Adelaide's got balls. It's a really ballsy state. Jonesy's saying he wishes he had $1 for every time he's heard that tat conversation about the devils. I would be a rich man. Yep. Denise is having a giggle. Nick. True, Jonesy. One thing we can say, though, is Warner Brothers brought a lot of awareness to the Tasmanian Devil. I would have never heard of that creature before the cartoon. It's kind of like Denise is the same. Denise is saying being called the nephew. Yep, I know that one. It's not nice being called the nephew, Denise. Especially when... No, shut up, Shaun. The Adventures of Traveling Mark is saying, to be honest, I didn't even look at a tiger. It didn't even look like a tiger. It looked more like a very malnourished dog. Yes, that was what the Tasmanian tiger looked like. It was, they almost say it was kind of like a version of the dingo, but a very different creature. Too bad they went extinct, but if they can bring it back, hey, that would be absolutely awesome. Having said that, folks, let me see. Nick is saying that's like the red panda, Mike. I got to meet one at Australia Zoo and looks nothing like a panda. That is also correct. But did you meet Kung Fu Panda? Because I actually haven't. Nick is saying I got to go in with dingoes at Australia Zoo as well. They were very sweet, but they were zoo raised. Let me say, dingoes, they are like a dog to some extent. They are like a dog. They can, but more importantly, they're always on edge because they're always hunting. So to actually tame a dingo is very rare. Yes, people do have them as pets, but they always have to treat them separately because they always want to be the leader of the pack. Jimmy is saying, good thing you didn't have a baby, Nick. Yeah. The dingo got the baby. And you've got to have the right accent. That actually was done up in Uluru. near Ayers Rock, or what Ayers Rock is called today, Uluru. Denise was having a giggle because she was thinking exactly the same thing. Jonesy saying, I think there is 1 or 2 Tassie tigers still hiding and looing free in the mountains here. If that's the case, Jonesy, it would be really exciting if they would allow them to re-establish themselves. And then we can put them in a zoo later. Oh, no, don't be like that, Shaun. Anyway, what else can I say, folks? We've certainly surpassed our normal discussion. But more importantly, folks, we Helping Hands for Cruising is certainly growing. We now have the opportunity to put 2 recipients. Actually, we're at the point where we can put 3 recipients on board, and we're busy looking at 3 recipients. We managed to get 2 from the last cruise-a-thon, and we still had some money in the bank for 1 more. So this is all going to be exciting stuff. If anybody wants to drop me an email, they're welcome to. My email address for Helping Hands is president@helpinghands4cruising.org. So president@helpinghands4cruising.org. And you can drop me an email with any questions that you may have, or any other things that you want to update us all with. Nick is saying, I need to do the southbound GAN again. When I did it back in May, we were rained out for our dinner under the stars in Alice Springs. I'm going to say this to you, Nick. Do not come down under alone. Make sure you bring your friend with you. Mike is saying that was mentioned in this documentary as well. Jonesy, yeah, that's cool. That's exactly what I just said. Does HH4C pay for their transportation to the cruise port? So Denise, what we do is wherever they are, we fly them down to the cruise, to the port, put them up at a hotel, put them on the cruise, put them up at a hotel, and fly them home again. That's what we do. Some people like to drive, so we will pay for some of the fuel. But more importantly, if they can fly, we fly them down. Mike is saying I should send don't you dare. Don't you dare. I know you turn it out to be a really cool song, and I thank you for that, but it's got that F word in it. And if Joe was here, he would say to you, not that F word. Nick, I haven't spoken to her in like 2 weeks, but she also got sick of her flight home. She knows when my flight to Europe is, so I'm just keeping to my grind, and it will all work out in time. Yeah, you're right, mate. That's a great from Denise. Nick is saying a relationship is like planting a seed in the ground. You've got to water it and give it time to let it grow and see where it grows. You are correct. Denise, do you have somebody in mind that you'd like to get on a cruise? And if you do, let us know. Glad to hear it. No, there's nowhere known I would use the full F word, to be honest. Seriously. Yep, I agree with you, Jimmy. Yes. So, Denise, if you know of somebody, that's great. And listen, they don't have to be from the cruising fraternity, Denise. They just need to be somebody that's deserving. So if you know, I'm just going to throw out things here, whether it be someone who's who you know from the military field, or a nurse that you knew way back when and has always had hard life or whatever the case might be. This is the opportunity for us to give somebody different a cruise. So there you go. All right, folks. I don't have much more to say, and I know that you guys are going to have an awesome day today, except for Denise, who's going to go back to bed and have a nice, beautiful sleep. So that's going to be great. So what I'm going to do, folks, is say tune in tomorrow night when Jimmy and the Ducks have their go. And we will be talking at, yes, it's 4X beer or the people's not in the know 4X. Yeah. So we have a beer called 4X, and 4X is not a bad drop. Yes, cheerio. Jimmy, you have a safe shift today. I hope that your day goes well. Everybody else, I hope you have an awesome day today. I'm going to call it quits, and thank you for coming in today. Folks, we'll see you tomorrow, and take care. Have a great day. Bye now.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come